Prepare to hear a story that defies logic and touches the heart. One of those narratives that makes us question what is possible when faith meets the impossible. Imagine a bridge in India, packed with people in procession, celebrating with joy and devotion. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. The bridge collapses. But what followed wasn't just despair. It was something many witnesses describe as a miracle, directly linked to the presence of Our Lady of Guadalupe amidst the chaos. Stay with us until the end to understand how faith in extreme moments can reveal strengths we never imagined we possessed, and how such a tragic event can, in the end, be marked by extraordinary hope. If you know someone who needs light, a special prayer at this time, write their name or family in the comments right now. Let's join our voices and add all these names to our main prayer with the Rosary. Your faith moves mountains, and together we are stronger. And if our work touches your heart and you feel the desire to help us continue sharing these messages of faith and hope, any donation, no matter how small, makes a huge difference. Just click the first link in the description or the Thanks button below the video. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts and are certain that Jesus will repay your generosity doubly, helping us immensely to continue this work of evangelization. The scene unfolds on a vibrant holiday. The streets were crowded, the atmosphere charged with religious fervor, as a large procession advanced toward a local shrine. People of all ages, dressed in their finest clothes, sang hymns and carried sacred images, the air vibrating with joy and collective devotion. The procession's route passed over an ancient bridge over a wide river, a structure that had served as a link between the community and the place of celebration for many years. As the crowd gathered on the bridge, the structure, already worn by the passage of time and the weight of so many people, began to show signs of overload. But in the fervor of the moment, few noticed or heeded the silent warnings of the ancient crossing, which had long cried out for care and maintenance. The moment of collapse was sudden and terrifying, transforming joy and devotion into absolute panic. The sound of twisting metal and cracking concrete was deafening, mixed with the screams of hundreds of people falling into the murky, dangerous water. The bridge broke in seconds, dragging the falling crowd with it. Those on the shore watched in horror, unable to do much but scream and pray. The icy water and the force of the current became mortal enemies, and despair quickly spread among those struggling to stay afloat, trapped amid the wreckage of the bridge and the mass of people falling around them. Each second felt like an eternity in the fight for survival, where hope mixed with fear in a scene of complete and desperate chaos. Amid the panicked crowd, an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe was being carried reverently. It was a beautiful, colorful replica, surrounded by flowers and carried by some of the most devout faithful. Even with the sudden fall, some managed to hold on to the image, instinctively protecting it as a sacred treasure. As they struggled to save themselves, the presence of the image in the middle of the river became a visual and spiritual reference point for many. Amid the chaos and confusion of the fall into the water, seeing the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, floating or being held by someone, offered a strange sense of calm and hope, a sign that perhaps they were not alone in this moment of extreme danger and uncertainty. What many describe as a miracle began to unfold in the moments following the collapse. People who should have been swept away by the current or trapped under the debris found inexplicable ways to save themselves. Reports began to emerge of people feeling an unknown force pushing them to the surface or guiding them toward shore. Some reported seeing a glow or a comforting presence in the water, immediately associating it with the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe that stood there, in the middle of the river. Stories of unlikely rescues, of people being pulled from the water by friendly hands, human or divine, filled the air as survivors were pulled from the river, often in shock, but alive to tell the tale. One of the most moving accounts came from a group who were near the image when the bridge collapsed. They said that, despite the violence of the fall and the force of the water, the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe remained intact. More than that, it seemed to float strangely, as if unaffected by the current, serving as a foothold for those who managed to reach it. People who clung to the image or were near it seemed to have an easier time staying afloat or being rescued. Witnesses reported that the image seemed to park in a less dangerous area of the river, allowing several survivors to regroup around it before being rescued, a feat that seemed to defy the natural laws of current and water flow. As rescue efforts continued, the number of survivors exceeded even the most pessimistic expectations. Rescuers, volunteers, and other participants in the procession worked tirelessly together to pull people from the water. Amid the inevitable grief and loss, the number of lives saved in a disaster of such magnitude was considered extraordinary. Many of those rescued, still shaking and in shock, spoke of the strength of their faith and the sense that something greater had protected them. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, pulled from the water unharmed, became a powerful symbol of hope and belief in divine intervention, which, for many, explained the survival of so many people in a scenario that seemed destined for complete tragedy. The end of this story, despite the pain and the scars left by the collapse, is seen by many as truly miraculous. As the bridge collapsed, the faith of many was strengthened. The survival of such a large number of people under such adverse circumstances, and the way the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe remained at the center of the event, intact and seemingly protecting those around her, were interpreted as a clear sign from heaven. This event, marked by tragedy, ultimately became a testament to human resilience and, for believers, to the power of divine intercession, reinforcing the belief that, even in the darkest moments, the light of hope and spiritual protection can be present, guiding and saving lives. Faith in Our Lady of Guadalupe in those Indian communities was not something superficial or limited to feast days. It was a devotion rooted in daily life, passed down from generation to generation, a strong bond that united families and gave meaning to many aspects of life. For these people, the Virgin Mary was not just a distant religious figure, but a present mother, someone they turned to in times of difficulty, in times of joy, in requests for protection, and in prayers for a better future. Carrying her image in the procession was not just a ritual, but an act of profound love and complete trust in her intercession. They walked with the certainty that they were under Mary's protective mantle, their hearts filled with hope and the conviction that, with her by their side, they could face any challenge life presented them. This deep and personal faith created an atmosphere of reverence and surrender, paving the way for what came next to be interpreted through this spiritual lens, as something beyond chance or luck. When panic set in and the ground gave way beneath their feet, these people's faith did not crumble along with the bridge. In their moments of greatest despair, amid the chaos of the fall and the struggle for survival in the cold, dangerous water, many instinctively called upon the name of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It was an automatic reflex, a call from the depths of their souls, to whom they entrusted their lives in moments of calm and especially in moments of storm. Clinging to the floating image, or simply focusing on it amidst the confusion, became an act of faith that, for them, made all the difference. Feeling a force helping them to the surface, seeing a clear path where before there had been only danger, finding an unexpected foothold. All these experiences were immediately attributed to the intercession of the Virgin Mary, as if the love and trust they placed in her had materialized into concrete and miraculous help precisely at the moment they needed it most. Thus, the tragic event of the bridge collapse, which could have been simply a story of loss and mourning, became, from the perspective of many survivors and witnesses, a powerful testament to the strength of Our Lady of Guadalupe's faith and love. The fact that so many lives were saved, that the image remained intact amidst the rubble, and the consistent reports of unexpected help in the water further solidified the community's devotion. For them, the miracle was not that the bridge did not collapse, because it did, but rather what happened after the collapse, how, amidst the destruction, life prevailed in ways that defied logical explanation, and how the Virgin Mary's presence was felt as a beacon of salvation. This event, etched in the collective memory, reinforced the belief that true faith and sincere devotion can indeed open paths and bring hope even in the darkest and most desperate situations, demonstrating that Mary's mantle is always ready to welcome and protect her children. This story reminds us that faith and prayer are not only for moments of great trial, such as a bridge collapse, but should be part of our daily lives. Just as those people sought refuge and hope in their faith amidst the chaos, we too are called to cultivate a constant relationship with God in our daily lives. This means praying every day, seeking peace in our hearts even in the face of difficulties, practicing the forgiveness that frees the soul, seeking the constant conversion of our habits and thoughts to what is good and just, and above all, having greater faith in divine providence, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. The preaching of God's word nourishes and guides us, reminding us of the importance of living according to its teachings. If you have someone in mind who needs prayer at this time, be it a family member, a friend, or even yourself, write their name in the comments now. We will include all of these names in our special prayer with a rosary, uniting our intentions so that God's grace can act. What did you think of this story? Did it make you think about the power of faith and the mysteries that surround us? Leave your comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic and the story we're sharing. Your participation is crucial to us and the community we're building. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it to help us spread this message of hope. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click this subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss our next videos. Thank you so much for watching, and may God's peace be with you always.